to the channel, fam. Welcome back to the channel. This is Brian, the introverted marketer, and it ain't hard to tell. It's simple. Now, this family, I'm just gonna be transparent. I went all the way in tier 4. We're gonna be talking about Yapper today. Yapper.so. So what does Yapper allow you to do? It allows you to create viral videos fast. And it gives you some examples right here. You get access to the highest performing video models, get support for text to video, image to video, reference images, and post-processing. You can also reverse engineer any TikTok, Instagram Reel, or YouTube short URL into a prompt. And for the purpose of this video, I'm going to actually tap in with TikTok, Instagram, and the YouTube shorts just to test it out in full. We'll create some AI images because we do have access to all the models here, including Nano Banana. Now, deep fake videos, I'm iffy about using other people, but you can do that. In my opinion, with deep fake, if you're using it for yourself or you have someone's permission, no problem. But Yapper does give you the option to do that. So really, however you're moving is how you want to move. But let's talk about what these tiers are looking like. So it don't make any sense to get into any tier but 3, because even on tier 2 you don't have commercial use license. So that's odd. I feel like that's artificially pushing people to get to tier 3. Now, I understand some people may use these tools for personal projects with no intention of monetizing. So I understand why maybe a tier 2 might be enough for some people, because you get access to Sora 2 and all the video models. But putting the commercial use license behind tier 3, that's a little questionable in my opinion, but I'm not worried too much about it because I'm already locked in on tier 4. I didn't even hesitate. Video file to deepfake, YouTube link to deepfake. So there's just so much you can do with this tool. If you're interested in content creation in any form or matter, this is definitely something you need to check out, and we're going to tap in with it. It's the creator right here. This person is asking for a tier 5 because they run multiple channels. And what they do say is that they need more training videos. And one thing I can say with some of these tools that run in a credit-based system, if you're using image generators or video generators, if you don't have your prompts down, you could end up burning through credits. And if there's a certain way you have to prompt the tool within the platform you're using, that's also something that you need to do. And here's a recent review from the 29th. Today is Monday, December 1st. So the credit consumption should not been changed. They said they only made 3 videos before. It took about 600 credits, and now they're down to almost 1,700 credits. So really, you have to be very focused and very specific with what you're doing, because if you're just playing around with it, you could just end up burning through your credits, and I don't believe that the credits roll over. We can go to the deal terms and conditions, so we can see that each plan is tied to a real life plan, and we'll go ahead and tap in with Yapper.so to see what that means. So you need to be a new user, can't have any previous accounts, and you have up to 60 days to activate your license. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up their page. We're going to check out their website. We're going to see what's on their website, and then we'll head to the back. We'll try to make some videos, we'll make some images, burn through my credits, testing it out, but it's all good. And then we'll see where it's going. So let's get it. Alright, fam, so I'm already logged in. You see the logo right there. You see on the home page, Sora 2 and Veo 3 supported. Make viral AI content simple, right?
My car payment is killing me. I don't even have credit yet, so the interest is insane. Why don't you just use a rewards card? It's not a big deal. Wait, what's that? I've never heard of it. It's the simple credit card from Discovery. Makes building credit easy. Plus, I use the free points for matcha.
So that was a cool little user generated content ads, or UGC, for a call conversation. So let's look at what they have. So we have Pro Video Generation, Studio Lip Syncing, Pro Image Editing, Pro Image Combining, and Image Generation, Pro Ad Generation. You can select your video format. Of course, we're gonna do with the deep fake, the image to avatar, and the video gen. A lot of people have been using this before they decided to come to AppSumo. So I actually did some research on this. I seen someone do a video on it, and then I seen it was on AppSumo, and I didn't hesitate to go all in.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and actually look at the pricing to see why it makes sense to get on AppSumo and tap in with Yapper. Because unless you're willing to pay $49.99 a month, you have no commercial license. You have no commercial license. So you can get credits, and it shows you, I don't know if this is a crypto or what this is right here. I don't know what that is, but let's focus on what this is here. So you can see for each plan the monthly credits you have and what you're allowed access to. So you gotta be tapped in $49.99 to be able to monetize your videos. Now I'm on tier 4. That gives you 15,000 credits, but you can see very easily how if you don't get your video right on the first try, if you're trying to do a video, whether you're using VO3 quality or Sora 2 Pro, you can burn through your credits. For me, video generation is definitely a cost. So to me, it's not about having the highest quality. It's just nice to have. I'm fine with VO3 with 8 seconds for what I need to do. But also you see with the lip sync models, what it costs per second. And you can see the credits per images. So you have Nano Banana Pro tapped in, and that costs you 30 credits per image. So they're definitely a high cost. So it's just something to keep in mind, that whether you get on a monthly plan or whether you get on a paid plan, you need to understand the estimated costs for each image generation, lip syncing, and generated video models. That's why we go through and make sure we look at these things first before we understand, before we rather get in, especially with these credit systems, because we want to make the most out of our credits, even if we're on a lifetime deal or monthly, so we understand what's going on. So in order to monetize content, you must upgrade to the creator plan for a commercial license. So I'm not sure how they're able to tell what you're doing with your content, but I think that's a very odd thing to put behind a higher paywall. I can't say that I agree with that, but that's just my personal opinion, and it has nothing to do with this offering here. So you can get refunds through them, and of course through AppSumo, but that's not what I'm looking for here. I was more so looking for the terms of service. So we have the terms of service here, and I'm looking more so for the commercial. So the lifetime plans, which is what we would be on, which is what I'm on. So strictly to the lifetime of specific product tier or plan purchase, not the lifetime of the user or Yapper as a whole. By purchasing a lifetime plan from Yapper or an external provider, you acknowledge and agree that access is not guaranteed in perpetuity. The scope of access may be limited to specific models, versions, or feature sets. So I already see what they're doing. And this is why with any lifetime deal, you need to make sure you're getting the use case out immediately, because this right here protects them in case they try to pivot and do something and maybe it's not feasible to cater to the lifetime purchases, they're protected because it's in their terms. By using the deal through AppSumo or a third party, you're essentially agreeing to these terms. So in the event of a merger, acquisition, asset sale, they're not obligated to honor lifetime plans. Read this, fam. Of all the reviews on Yapper, look at this review. Like, I'm one of the few people where I go into the terms and conditions specifically. It's cool to have tools, but if we're talking about lifetime plans, then you need to understand what you're getting with the company. Now, with AppSumo, you may be entitled to a deal, a refund, and credits or otherwise if something happens, but they're already making it so that if they have to sell or something happens, you're not entitled to anything. You agreed to this with the lifetime plans. Originally, I came here looking to understand the actual commercial license, but this right here is very important. So if you're planning on investing in Yapper, and I see all those 5 taco reviews, you need to make sure you understand the terms and conditions completely. Simple. So they show the credits usage right here. They never expire and remain on your account until used. Content ownership. You retain ownership of content you create using Yapper. However, you grant this is very slick wording right here, family. Understand this. You grant Dream Vision Labs a worldwide, non-exclusive, royalty-free license to use, store, and process your content solely for the purpose of providing and improving our services. So that could mean things. That could mean many things, family. So understand, when you're using this, they can use your content. It says it in their rights that you own it, but it's not exclusive to you. So when you're using Yapper, it's not exclusive to you. It's not. So yes, you can make money from it and do whatever you want with it, but so can they. So understand that. That's very important to understand. So the commercial rights usage. Users with commercial use licenses may use generated content for commercial purposes. Users without commercial rights may only use content for personal. Commercial use includes, but is not limited to, selling, paid advertisements, attribution and disclosure. When sharing content created with Yapper, you must disclose that the content is AI generated or creating using deepfake technology. Failure to disclose may violate terms and applicable laws. So that's just something you need to understand. I'm not sure how to enforce this, but it is here. But they can definitely enforce this because all your content that you use is going to be stored and created in Yapper. But this, I'm not sure how they can enforce this. I'm not sure. Unless they go out of their way to copyright strike your stuff, which they can. I'm not sure if they would go that far, but these terms and conditions is very, very, very interesting, I have to say. So that's the terms and conditions. Very important stuff before we get into the video. I know we're 13 minutes in. We haven't actually used the tool, but that's fine because I'm already logged in. You see I already used some credits. I do have a lo-fi channel, so I created these videos right here. You could go ahead and just take a look at them. You can see right here, I could reuse the prompt, I could add AI audio, I could upscale the video, I can extend the video, lip sync, I use VO 3.1. So there was a failed attempt when I did this. I did do this the 21st of November. Today is Monday, December 1st. You can see I used 72 credits because I didn't use the quality version because I didn't need high quality. I just needed a video for my lo-fi channel, and I created it. Very simple. And very simple word in here because it just needed simplicity and it needed anything very in-depth. Here's another video I created using VO3. Once again, it shows you what you use, the quality of the video, and the credits and the date, and of course what I used right here to generate that. Very simple. That's cool. Now let's go ahead and explore. So we can go ahead and create videos, and they have example videos. We can recreate these videos if we want. Right, a lot of these videos are exaggerated for the purpose of creating viral, attention-grabbing content. They have the deep fakes. So let's just, and of course, you can see which one I used. This one is the quality. This one is Sora 2. This is Sync Max. So it shows you. Like this is nice for like an advertisement. You don't need to go crazy with it. Just uses VO 3.1 and it creates this nice little advertisement. It only costs you 72 credits. See, the thing about using this is that what I've come to understand with AI is that it doesn't need to be the most high quality. It just needs to be something that people can understand and grab their attention. So with that being said, let's go ahead and we want to recreate something, because if you recall, they showed that we could recreate video avatar, well, not video avatars, but videos from like Instagram and TikTok and things like that. So what I want to do is do that, but I wonder where's the option to do that. Let's just say we just want to video gen. So you can see here, you can show all the models. So you have options here. They actually threw in Grok Imagine. So you have Sora 2, VO 3.1, 9 credits per second with VO, WAN 2.5, Grok Imagine, Kling 2.5 Turbo, and Halio. I'll probably pronounce that wrong. And that's the Pro version 2. Here's the core models. You know, in this channel, option matters. And of course, they give you examples. You click examples, they'll show you here. And if they have a prompt assistant, so with a prompt assistant, you can actually just put in what you want. It says what kind of prompt would you like to help you create. Okay, fam, so I just put something very simple, a cat video. And the writing assistant gave me this prompt right here. Curious cat explores a cluttered living room. Let's go ahead and we can close and apply, because it doesn't seem like we can we copy and paste it? We can copy it. Let's just hit close and apply and see what happens. So we can see here, it gives us the prompt. We have the option to enhance the prompt. It shows us right here the credits we're going to use. The aspect ratio wrapper, how many seconds you want it to be, fast mode or quality. We're not spending 216 credits. It's just not going down like that. And of course, I already showed you the models. VO3 has been my favorite. I know a lot of people tend to prefer Sora 2, and that's fine. I use Sora as well, but I tend to prefer VO3. You can also choose a start frame if you have an image and an end frame if you have an image. But with that being said, here's the video prompt, and we can go ahead and hit continue. Now, each output is going to cost you 72 credits. So if I hit 3, it costs 216, 2, 144, and 1 is 72. The fallback mode will fall back to a similar video model if the chosen model's content policy blocks the prompt. Always keep that enabled. When the video is ready, we'll email you a link. That's optional. And of course, you got to agree to terms and conditions. They're very much about protecting themselves, and I understand that, because in the world of AI, you can't really predict what people are going to do. So yes, we agree to terms and conditions. And we're going to go ahead and generate the video. It's going to say it's going to take about 2 minutes to do. So they do have prompts. or rather a tool to help you take your loose idea and create a video. You can see it already deducted here, and you can see that I'm tied to the creator plan. But also you see they have images here, but we do want to test out. They do have image background remover. They have a prompt extractor. So that's also something I want to test out. A timeline editor. I think this right here is how we can go ahead and check out Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. So we're gonna do that and see if it can recreate. So that is the prompt extractor. And we have the image editor, timeline editor, and of course you can actually generate audio. So really what we're interested in is the prompt extractor, so it can extract the prompt from a video, and we'll see where it goes from there. The video is almost done. I'll pause the video and we'll tap in once it is complete. Okay, so the video is complete. Let's go ahead and pull it up.
What's this?
So a simple cat video. We can trim the video, extend the video. For me, 8 seconds is enough to get attention. It depends on what your purpose is. So that's video 3. You can see how easy it was. It took a simple idea and it was able to expand it out to make it something more than it was. So that's a definite great tool right there. But now we want to test out the actual prompt extractor. And here we can extract the prompt. So just let me pause the video. I'm going to pull up Instagram, I'm going to pull up YouTube, and I'm going to pull up TikTok. We'll get some videos, one from each, a viral video, and we'll go from there. Okay, family, so I'm back. It took me a while to find some videos that I actually wanted to try to recreate. So the first thing we're going to do is take a video that I downloaded, and we'll see if we can recreate it, rather. So we'll upload it. So the maximum file size is about 4 gigs. We could put the link right there and extract from YouTube. Here we have the video, and the video is about 1 minute long, and because we're using VO, we only need about 8 seconds. So we'll process about 8 seconds of it, but as you can see, it can process the entire video. So let's go ahead and process and upload. So we have a video right here. So copy a video prompt. Our AI will analyze the video and estimate the prompt used to generate it. So it's gonna watch the video and generate the prompt. We'll let Yapper do its thing. So we're gonna put it through the ringer using an uploaded video, and then we have a video on Instagram, and then we have a video on YouTube Shorts. So we'll see how good it is. So the guest prompt is: generating precise physical shattering glass and gushing water may be challenging for the AI. The AI may have difficulty accurately generating the specific foreign language dialogue and panicked information. The depiction of a child near a dangerous event may trigger content safety filters. You know, I actually did not consider that. So actually what I'm gonna do is not use this video. because all of what it just said made a lot of sense. Even though I believe that is an AI generated video, I think that's how to handle that. It makes sense. So I'm gonna pause, I'm gonna download another video, and we'll go from there. Okay, family, so I found another video, and the only issue here it says is that the specific fisheye lens distortion of a doorbell camera may not be perfectly replicated. But here we have the prompt, right? We can actually take a look at the video, so just you can see what it's gonna look, well, the reference video.
Grandma, go in! Go in! Go in! Okay. Inside now!
Oh my lord.
So it was a 10-second video. We customized it to be 8 seconds, so we're gonna go ahead and use the prompt, and we're gonna see if VO3 can recreate that Sora 2 video. Here's the video prompt. So we're gonna go ahead and continue, but we're gonna make sure that it is in 9:16, and of course we're gonna use fast mode, not quality mode. Save those credits. Now for those of you that are running content forms, obviously you're going to want to have the quality that makes sense for you and your business. Generating videos is very, very costly right now, especially if you're using VO or if you're using Sora 2. It's just the cost of doing business. So we're going to see how VO does with that video. And you can see I have TikTok pulled up and another Sora video pulled up. So this is just testing out it, looking at the video from you downloading and uploading it. But now I want to see how it looks when it takes the video from the actual link. So we're still going to test out TikTok again, but this time using the link. And we're still going to test out Instagram, and we're going to test out YouTube, because that's what it advertised. We just want to see, one, if it's able to actually find and pull the link, scrape it, pull up the video, and then recreate the video. So it may take a little while. I'm not going to keep you here waiting for each one. I'll just pause the video and we'll tap back in once it's done. And then we'll tap back in with TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And then we'll move on from there. Alright, family, so it's done. Let's go ahead and check it out. 8 seconds, here we go.
Grandma, go in! Go in! Go in!
Okay.
Inside now! Get in!
Oh my lord.
I think it did fairly well on that first try. It captured it pretty well. It actually placed it in a different environment. The only issue I had there is that the bear was too close behind, and they actually ran through the door instead of the open doorway to close the door. But I think it did a solid job, VO3. And mind you, that wasn't even quality VO3. That's regular, fast VO3. So I think it captured that Sora video quite well. But let's go ahead and head back to the prompt extractor. We got TikTok pulled up.
Finally get your relax.
Well, we can look at that.
Oh, yo! Oh, no! Oh, my God!
So we'll pull this up and see if it can extract it straight from the link. And as you can see, it definitely did. But I noticed that I can't modify the time. I can't modify the time here. It's a 10-second video. Obviously VO3 can only go up to 8 seconds, but let's go ahead and guess the prompt. And on this one, we'll use quality, even though it's 216, just to see the difference between the fast and the quality. Even though for my specific use case, fast is fine. It's just saying the complex physics of the floor collapsing under a specific weight may be difficult for the AI to generate accurately. That's fine. And we're gonna stay with VO3, but we'll go to the quality mode. And of course, we're not going to enhance or do anything with it. We're just going to judge how it's used recreating the video from the link. So we'll go ahead and hit continue. Keep everything the same, one generation. And it's going to cost 216 credits. You see it deducted immediately. We'll tap back in once it's done. Alright family, so here is the quality version. Here we go.
Finally get to relax. Whoa! Yo! Oh no!
So it didn't quite exactly create it the way that Sora is able to exaggerate it, but I think that was pretty hilarious. Oh no. But moving on, we're gonna stick with the fast version. I don't really think there was too much of a big difference here. And we can go ahead and go to Instagram. And I just found this simple car video where the car just changes lights. Lights up, nothing too crazy. Let's go ahead and head back over to the prompt extractor. This should be very simple to recreate. So we'll go ahead and let it analyze Instagram. We'll go ahead and let it guess the prompt and see if it can recreate this simple video. This should be the simplest one because one, it's a real video of a real car and it's just something simple. So we want to see how AI is just able to take this and kind of recreate it. So it's saying the complex lighting effects, specific wrap texture, and text on the vehicle may be challenging. So fair. I like how it kind of just keeps it realistic. Like, hey, don't be expecting anything amazing. And as you can see, I forgot to change the aspect ratio, so it created a long form video in 8 seconds. I had just noticed that, so it switched it to 9:16. But just goes to show you that it could take anything as the inspiration and just make it however you want it to be. So we're going back with the fast version. Stick with VO, and we'll hit continue. We agree, and we'll go ahead and generate the video, and we'll tap back in. Okay fans, so here's the video, post straight from Instagram, and here's what it recreated. I'm not gonna lie, I think this video looked better, but that's just my opinion. And last but not least, I know you've been really getting into this prompt extractor. Found this little video on YouTube. So we're gonna see if it could recreate that. YouTube short. Upload it. Oh yeah. So it's not. I thought it said YouTube Shorts. So YouTube Shorts at this time does not work. So even though they advertised it. So YouTube videos, we gotta use Instagram, TikTok, or public video links. So pretty much if the links are public and the content can be scraped, it should be able to work. We test out Instagram, we tested out TikTok. YouTube Shorts is a no-go. So that is the prompt extractor, and you've seen the kind of videos it created with VO3. And then we have image editor. We can upload images and edit them, but rather let's create images. And those are some things that's created. And let's see the models that we have access to. So with all recommended models, it costs you 70 credits, and it'll use all models, which are these. So we can go ahead and use that. 70 credits is no problem. It'll use Nano Banana all the way down to Flux Max. And we can various images, whatever sizes, You know, I'm gonna stick with the 16:9. And if we did 3, it would cost $180. But since we're doing, I believe, 5 different models, we can also add reference images. So maybe I use my logo. Do I have my logo? You can actually even generate or edit an image. So let me just, 1 second. I got my logo right here. We'll upload the image. Boom, we got the image. We can select the image, and let's see. I gotta think of what I want to create. Give me 1 second. So I got a very in-depth prompt that I used. Kept in Pismo. So we'll use that, but you can also view, well, let's see. We can view example generations. And it shows you here business photos, stock photos, Van Gogh style. And it actually shows that the prompt is very simple. Cute. So even you can generate some copywritten IPs. I don't recommend that. This is actually pretty awesome. I actually want to do this instead of going with all of this. We'll go with that simple prompt. And I don't know why it came out like that, but we can fix that very easily. And here we are. We're going to stay with this 16:9 aspect ratio, and we're going to go ahead and let it fly. Spend our 70 credits for Epic Valley Overlook. And that's Nano Banana. Imagine 4. You can just take a look while it's Sea Dream V4. I thought it was 5 models. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, generally were all recommended models, not all 5 models. So, you know, I already feel like Nano Banana Pro did the best job, and it shows what it looks like. We can remove the background, copy the prompt. We could turn it to a video, which is awesome. We can crop it. We could download it. We could delete it. We could favorite it. So there's a bunch of things that we can do. So what I like is that you can take images that you create in here and just straight take them to video if that's what you want to do. If you want to edit the image, you can just say, let's say we want to add 2 more people. We have our reference image here, and it's going to cost us 60 credits. So add 2 more people to the image, please. So we go from 2 people in the image to 4, and as you can see, Quinn, they use Quinn to edit, they use Nano Banana to edit. But you also upload like different assets that you want to add into the video. So this is Flux Max. Flux Max did absolutely nothing. Quinn edit added 1 person, and we want to see what this one is. So Nano Banana, both versions, V1 and V2, or the original and the Pro, definitely understood that simple prompt, and once again, it's very simple. So I think this is great that you can do everything here. Let's just say we wanted to remove the background. Would that cost us any credits? So to remove the background also costs you credits, and it takes about 30 seconds. So let's go ahead and choose an image to remove the background. We can remove the background from this image and we can see how that looks. So nothing here is free, family. Like, everything is costing credits, and you can see here, this is how it looks with the background removed. You see our two people here, and it kept a little bit of the ground that they were standing on, and the image is here. Let's just say we wanted to upscale our image. We can go ahead and, well, it doesn't give us the option to upscale because it's already pushing crazy numbers right here. But that is the image generation in the image editor. So I think we've explored creating videos, creating images. I don't think we explored generating audio, so I think that's the next thing we're going to do. So let's go ahead and generate audio. So we do have some examples here. And I think for the generating the audio, I don't think it's like a sound effect. It's like just audio to use in your video. So like I said, it helps you with the script, and it gives you script tips, and it tells you right here, use proper grammar, add laughter, create short pauses, long pauses, use 2 question marks to emphasize questions. The funniest script match the speaker's tone. So we have this script right here, and with the audio settings, we can select the speed, the emotion, neutral, happy, excited, content. So for birthday, I think emotion should be excited, right? So I think we're good to go, but we also get to choose a voice. And as you can see here, it doesn't say where these voices are from, where they're sourced from, but we do have languages, and I'm sorry you can't see because it's white right here, but you see as I scroll down, you have a variety of different languages that you can choose from. I'm not sure if it's my computer or the browser that I'm using is making this to where you can't see it, but you can see here you have a bunch of different languages that you can choose from. But I'm going to go ahead and find English because I speak English, and we have all. So let's go ahead and test one out.
Hi there. How are you doing today?
So that was the example right here. We also have celebrity. So we can use voices of celebrities like David Goggins. Can we hear how it sounds? I'd want to hear how the voice sounds first. If we're going to use the voice, we got AOC, Michelle Obama, Vice President, RFK, Jeff Bezos, you got Barack Obama, look like Taylor Swift, Mr. Beast. So a bunch of different celebrities that you can use. Snoop Dogg. So a whole bunch of different celebrities. Alex Ramosi, Ronaldo. So Beyonce. I see they have a bunch of different voices here, which I guess is useful if you're trying to create personal content, but I would be leery or rather wary of using other people's voices for deep fakes and things like that. Kobe Bryant, Steph Curry, Messi, they got KD, they got Giannis. So I think it's cool to play around with, but honestly I probably would just use a regular voice. And you can also create a voice, so that's interesting. How does that work? So you can record your voice and upload audio to a single speaker to clone a voice. The audio should be at least 10 seconds long with minimal background noise. So I do have my voice in 11 Labs. I could do that as well. Maybe I will actually download my voice. I'll upload audio. It'll be trimmed to the first 30 seconds. Videos will be processed automatically. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll go into 11 Labs. Because my voice is already trained there, I'll download it, we'll upload it, and we'll see how it sounds with AI me. Tapped in with 11 Labs, and here's my voice right here.
I'm gonna be honest, I was tired. I was burnt out. My feed looked good, but my bank account was silent. I was caught in the worst loop, the post and pray trap, posting my heart out, but still not seeing sales.
So that is my voice. My voice name is The Introverted Marketer. We'll just put that. I'll put my name, Brian. And we will clone the voice. And we'll see how it sounds. And we'll create our audio. We'll generate audio. Doesn't show how many credits it's going to use though, which is curious. So let's go ahead and generate the audio, and we'll see how this stacks up against 11 Labs, even though I'm using 11 Labs source voice, or rather the
Hey
clone
everyone,
voice.
gather around because I've got something special to say on this awesome day. We're here to celebrate an absolute legend, the birthday star of the hour. I mean, can you believe another year has zoomed by? How do they keep getting cooler with age? I've known them for what feels like forever. And let me tell you, every year they just level up in awesomeness. From epic dance moves at parties to those random late night snack runs, they've got stories that could fill a comedy special. So, let's raise a glass.
I'm not gonna lie, it definitely sounds like me, even though I'm more of a calm person with how I'm talking. But if I was excitable, I feel like I would sound just like that. So I think that worked out pretty good. I was able to upload some audio and make it work. It's just more so testing out the audio quality, not necessarily testing out the script quality, because obviously you would want to come up with your own script, whether you're trying to go viral or whatever it is that you're trying to do, to use your voice or AI voice to do and accomplish. But I think it captured it pretty good, and you can also see the history here. It'll have my original script, or rather my original file that I uploaded, and here is what it created, and it's going to be saved there. So that is the generate audio feature. So for the timeline editor, I guess you would just upload clips here. So let me see 1 second. Okay, so I thought I had to download the video, but since I already have videos that's already uploaded, so you see generated and uploaded, I could use either ones. So we can go ahead and just use the videos that I uploaded. Let's take this cat video that I made. So we can go in and we can edit it. We can add more clips to it. Like, let's say we wanted to make an extended video, we could just choose a video. We can make a video. We can extend the last clip. If we wanted to just make everything within Yapper, we could do everything here. Everything from so we can regenerate this video right here. We can AI extend from the end. We can AI extend at pause. So let's say we want to AI extend at the end. So this does not work for maintaining characters. The next video only has context from the selected frame. To make multiple shots of characters, use the actor scene flow, and they give you some tips with that. You see there's a link there, or lip syncing. So since this is a simple cat video, not really much going on other than the cat just knocking over things, I don't believe it'll be difficult to handle. But let's go ahead and extend the video, and then of course we're going to use VO3 to do that. So the image might be given black bars to fill aspect ratio. So we can go ahead and just use the prompt assistant. Well, actually, instead of using that, we need to understand what it is that we want to do with the video, because the cat just knocks over the blocks and then it just heads back. So the cat jumps back onto the couch and lays down contently. So we can go ahead and hit continue, put no. Pretty much the cat jumped off the couch, knocked down the blocks, and went back that way. So we just want to see the cat jump back onto the couch and just lay down. So that's what we're doing there. And it seems like because we're creating a new video, I wonder if we go home, you can see that it's generating. It has the context of the other video, so it knows what it's going to be going off of. But instead of having you wait here and see how that's going to turn out, we'll go ahead and pause the video and tap back in once it's complete. Alright family, so the video is done. Let's check it out. So that is our cat video. We can go ahead and go back to the timeline editor, edit the project. We can choose video, and it's this video. And now we have our project. So I wonder, how do we create this now? So because we have our two videos.
What's this?
So the first part had a little bit of audio. It wasn't that bad, but I feel like the cat was almost the same, so that worked out. But I want to see if we can just download to export your project. This might take a few seconds, so let's go ahead and export, and I believe it should have the entire 16-second video that we just created inside of Yapper. And then we should be able to take a look at it and see how it looks as an entire video now, 16 seconds instead of 8. So it's gonna go ahead and export and do its thing, and then once it's done, we'll check it out and see how it looks. And here it is, family. So the export project, we can re-export it, we can close, but we want to check it out and see how it looks as one video. So we'll go ahead and take a look.
What's this?
And as you can see, that's how you can easily, whoa, 1 second family, there we go. That's how you can easily use in the timeline editor, add on to your 8-second clip, your 25-second clip, or whatever it is that you want to do. It's just keeping the characters not always going to be guaranteed, and keeping the actual audio synchronized is going to be hit or miss, but you can pretty much do a lot from here. So I feel like I've shown you everything there is to show in Yapper, other than maybe the deep fake feature. I showed you the image generation. I didn't really show you anything with advertisements, but you can create advertisements here, video or image. Really, you just need a reference image, and you can go ahead and do that. And of course, they have lip syncing. I didn't really touch on that. I showed you a little bit on the image editing, the upscaling feature. I tried to upscale one of the images, but the quality was just so high, it just didn't give me that option. I showed you the background remover, I showed you the timeline editor, and I showed you the prompt extractor. I may cover down and do more videos on Yapper. Right now, this video is over 50 minutes. I mean, just covering down some of the basic features, but Yapper, in my opinion, is a go. But remember to check in this video when I go over the terms and conditions with this tool. They're sensible, but very, very aggressive and intentional. So if you're investing in this tool, make sure you understand the terms and conditions. It definitely gets 2 thumbs up from me. If you're already running a content farm, this is a tool you need to consider. Or if you're considering running a content farm, this is a tool you need to consider. But make sure you understand what you're getting into. And it's only at tier 3 or the creator plan on Yapper that you have commercial rights. So just keep that in mind. But with that being said, I'm going to end the video right here. Drop your thoughts in the comments section about Yapper. What do you think about it? I'm genuinely interested in hearing your thoughts. But this is Brian, the introverted marketer. And it ain't hard to tell. It's simple. I'll catch you on the next video, fam. Peace.